Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your average programmer here, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. Today I've decided to stray away from Visual Studio, and I wanted to jump into this website called Edabit. Reason being is just because I want to change things up a little bit and see if you guys like this style of learning better. I'm just trying to expand my content, the content that I provide to you guys, not only stick to an IDE, but to move around as well, work on different websites. Hopefully we'll be working on other websites soon, but for now I'm sticking to Edabit as my alternative to Visual Studio. So as you can see, Edabit is a very simple website, and in here you can work on your problem solving skills. What do I mean by that? As you can see, there are different exercises that you can do to challenge yourself, and as you can see here, you can work in different languages as well. It's got very modern languages such as Python, JavaScript, C++, Swift if you want to. You can work in any of these languages on this website. And also, it's good for all people, whether you're a beginner or whether you're an expert. It has levels of difficulties that range from very easy to expert. So it's got problem solving it's got problems for everyone to solve. Today we're going to be working in C#. There was one particular problem that I found pretty interesting that I wanted to share with you all. It is, where is this thing? Difficulty was medium. It was, there we go. Return the middle characters of a string. So let's take a look at the description of this exercise. It says to create a function that takes a string and returns the middle character or characters. If the word's length is odd, return the middle character. If the word's length is even, return the middle two characters. As you can see, these are some examples of what they mean. Say you've got a word with 4 characters. As you can see, it has an even number of characters, of letters. So you would return the 2 middlemost letters, which are E and S. But if you got an odd word, then you would just return 1 single letter, which is T. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And I forgot to mention that on here, you can also compare your solutions to other people around the world. So you kind of get a different perspective of what you can do with your code. You can very well become a better programmer by seeing how other people solve their own problems and different ways of how people solve their problems. So I just wanted to say that. So let's see here. As you can see, Edabit has set this solution up for us, and it passes in a string, an str parameter of data type string. So we're going to take that. We're actually going to declare a variable called half, which is going to be the half of the length of the string that is passed in, just so we can reuse it and not have to write array.length divided by 2 constantly. So we're going to say str, that's the parameter we're working with. I forgot. str.length divided by 2. So we've got this. And if you've watched my previous video on control flow, this is going to be a lot simpler for you because we're going to be using control flow in this program. So we're going to start off with an if statement. If, let's say, str.length, if the length of this is an even number, and we're going to say it's an even number by finding the modulus. If the modulus is equal to 0, then that means it's an even number, which means, so it basically means if you divide the length of the string by 2, the remainder is going to be 0, which means that's an even number. If there's a remainder, that means it's an odd number. So in this case, if the string that's passed in is even, we want to return the 2 middlemost numbers. Remember, with an even string, 2 numbers are in the middle, or 2 characters are in the middle, sorry, instead of 1. We are going to return word of half minus 1 and plus word half word of just half. I'm going to explain this to you guys in a sec. let's just leave it like this. Word half minus 1, word half. This is just string interpolation I'm doing here. Word half minus 1, word half. So let's say we've got a word, an even word, blue. Let's say we've got blue. So as you can see, it's an even word. So we're going to find the length of it, or we're going to divide it by 2, and we're going to return 1 less than that number. So if we divide 4 by 2, it's going to be 2, which means 0, 1, 2. It's going to be index, U is going to be in that particular index. So the first letter is going to be half minus 1. So in this case, half is going to be U, because remember, the index of an array starts at 0. A string is basically an array of characters. That's the simplest I can give it to you. A string is an array of characters. So it's a culmination of characters together. So we're going to return, we're going to divide it by 2, and then return 1 less than that index. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 0, 1, 2, and then go to 1. Minus 1 is this index, which is index 1. So the first letter is going to be L. The second letter is going to be U, because it's just half, not half minus 1. Half minus 1 is L, so that means half would be U. So it's going to be LU that we return if the word is blue. Now we're going to write an alternative statement if this isn't true, if this first if statement isn't true. Else we want to return, just want to return, let's use string interpolation again, str. Oh, forgot the parameters, wrong parameter, str, because that's the parameter that was being passed in. That's the word that's being passed in, str and str. Make sure everything is correct. Yep, str dot length. No, str of length. So let me give an example with an odd word. Let's say we've got green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's odd. So we're going to return just the, sorry, this is supposed to be half. So we've got this right here. If we divide 5 by 2, we get 2.5. So that means that it's going to be this. This is going to be the quote unquote 2.5. Since this and this are both even, are both even, have the same number of letters on each side, half of it is going to be this letter right here. So let's go ahead and test this out and see what we got. Let's hit check. Bam, there we go. Looks like we've passed everything. And so I'm going to explain this one last time. So we took a parameter of strn, which is a word. We initialized a variable called half, just so we don't have to keep writing string.length over again. Half is the length of the word that's passed in divided by 2. So this is going to be str.length. If it's an even word, then we're going to return the two middlemost letters, which is going to be half, minus 1, and half. And I explained that before with the blue. Blue, half minus 1, so half is the word divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2, 0, 1, 2. U is at index 2, minus 1 is going to be L. This is at half minus 2, index half minus 2. And then index half is going to be U. So L and U are going to be returned. If it's green, just this middlemost is going to be returned, as you can see. So that is my solution. That is how I thought of it. If that gave you a different perspective, then there you go. Feel free to, I guess, use that kind of perspective if you want. If it didn't, then I'm sorry. I hope you hit the like button though. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let me submit the final score. See how much my XP grows by. Oh, this wasn't too bad. This was pretty easy. All right, and as I said before, you can see other solutions, and these are the different solutions that, if you solve this question on your own, you can take a look at. So there you go. Again, I hope you all liked this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, be sure to subscribe. If you didn't, still subscribe. And hope you have a good one. Thank you.